And importantly, through these tools, we can begin to identify the influencers. These are the sources, the channels that we can focus on, that we can build a strategy around, that we can get them to use their network to build influence. And for St Andrews, the blog influencers are pretty news related. It's Scotsman.com, it's Scotland News, it's Edinburgh Evening News. But there are some non-news related influencers as well. And when we look at other platforms like Twitter and Micromedia, we see the same. We see other influencers like Golf Swing Nut, like Andy Brown Golf with 4,500 followers and a very specific focus on St Andrews, and other less golf-related Twitter channels, but very golf-related tweets. We can look at mentions by region. Where are comments taking place? For the case of St Andrews, the vast majority are for the United States. And we can begin to dig below that river of news to find out the news that's actually really interesting to tourism organisation. Who's visiting St Andrews? What are they saying about St Andrews? And you see some of the words that have been used, some of the sentiment that's being expressed about St Andrews. Beautiful experience, history, golfing, great. So we begin to get a feel for what's been said about St Andrews as a destination. And we can see where some of that sentiment's been expressed. Canada, Romania, Netherlands, Germany. And we can actually go down to a level of finding out who's saying it, where, on the internet, and if we want, we can engage with that. For example, the World Forum of Golf Architects that are visiting between 24th to 28th of March. One thing we haven't spoken about is sentiment, and one of the reasons for that is because sentiment is actually really tough to do. Even though these tools are very, very sophisticated, they still don't offer 100% accuracy in terms of sentiment analysis. So this particular example looked at a product launch for 4 sat-nav iPhone apps: Navigon's Mobile Navigator, TomTom Copilot, and AT&T Navigator. Social media monitoring tools are able to compare, to monitor sentiment, positive sentiment, negative sentiment, conflicting sentiment. And through these types of tools, we can begin to understand where particular issues lie. For example, which of the products have got greater proportion of mentions of key sentiment words like problem or slow or difficult or disappoint. Certainly as an organisation that's launching a new product or talking about a new destination even, I'd be very interested in some of these words. That would indicate that perhaps there's an issue. So sentiment is important. Social media monitoring tools, absolutely great in terms of reputation management. Some of the issues that Jim's already touched on in terms of TripAdvisor. Now this particular example is called United Breaks Guitars, and I don't know how many of you are aware of it, but there's a group, a country and western group called Sons of Maxwell, and they travelled using United, and they ran into some issues actually. In particular, they were sitting on the plane and they watched as a very expensive guitar was thrown across the runway. The lead singer of the band found his guitar was actually broken in a number of pieces. So what he did was, as most of us would do, he complained to the airline, but he wasn't getting anywhere, to be quite honest with you. So what he did, which most of us wouldn't do, is he recorded a song about his experience of United Airlines, and he put that song up on YouTube, and that song went viral. And the point I'm trying to make with social media monitoring is that if United Airlines were monitoring the viral impact of that particular video, they may well have been able to do something about it. So this is the buzz about United Breaks Guitars and the video that was posted by Dave Carroll on July the 6th. So it actually took around about 2 days before it began to go viral. And United Airlines could have been monitoring some of the chatter, some of the posts across the web pertaining to United Airlines, and they would have found things like Breaks Guitar. They would have found things like video and song, Sons of Maxwell, the name of the group. They might well have found the video itself. They might have been able to do something about it. So I suppose in summary, social media monitoring tools are extremely powerful. they're actually beginning to change our view of the web. They're allowing us to monitor the 4 eyes. And here are some of the benefits as Jim and I see it. They give us real market knowledge and insight. They let us understand where our customers, partners, competitors and staff are not only hanging out, but also what they're saying about us, who they're telling, whether they're an influencer, whether they're being influenced. They're allowing us to identify and also network with high value, high growth customers. They're allowing us to interact with key influencers. They're absolutely critical to our social media strategy. They're allowing us to manage our reputation and moreover improve our approach towards sales and marketing. They're allowing us to monitor performance in a Web 2.0 world. Some of the things they don't offer and some of the things you probably need to be aware of, well, they can't calculate a return on investment for you. They can't take effective action for you. You still need to do that. You still need to take sentiment analysis with a pinch of salt, and you still need to interpret some of the results that are coming back. So they might not be able to do everything for you, and you still have to have a level of manual processing, but they're certainly pushing the envelope of where the web is at the moment and also where it's moving in the future. So thank you for your attention, and we hope that I've not put you off and you actually begin to experiment in some of these very, very powerful social media monitoring tools. And remember that a whole range of these tools are already available for free, and they're hugely powerful in their own right. Tools like Google Analytics, tools like Social Mention, tools like Viral Heat. There's absolutely no excuses to not getting involved and beginning to use social media monitoring tools in your business. Thank you very much.